What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map, playing as his original main god, I think. His name's Matreus. Boom! Boomski Matreus playing as Loki. This means that we're in for a good time. This guy's Loki was, or just Norse in general, was what he started with before he decided that Poseidon abuse was the way to go. And I, for one, am happy to see him going back to his roots. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Ra. His name is Dobber. I think this might be a first. This might be a first for Dobber, being game I've casted of him, though I may have done a tournament game or two of him in the past. This guy is actually a really, really strong player. Consistently 1800 plus, sometimes gets up to the 1900 regions of the Vubli ladder. An Egyptian player, very, very strong. And he is playing Ra in this game on the map Ghost Lake. So, this map is this matchup is fairly interesting in on the fact that Ra has got a couple of options up his sleeve to deal with what the Loki player can do. And generally speaking, the map matters everything in this matchup. If the Ra player's map is really, really good, then there is next to nothing the Loki player can do about it. And I say that earnestly and not in any hyperbolic way at all. I think that if Ra's got a good map and Ra plays it correctly, the Loki player is going to struggle mightily here. Unless the Loki player has some idea of the bonuses in which Loki actually has. Because here's the thing. Loki is more than a Hall of Thanes Hersur bot. Loki's got a lot of cool things at his disposal. No, that's the one we're looking for. Wait, no, that was it. Okay, so Loki's got a lot of cool things that people aren't aware of because everyone just goes Hall of Thanes Hersur into a brain explosion. Now, this map here, if we check it out right away, this is one of the more spicy iterations, before we go into what Loki can do, one of the more spicy iterations of Ghost Lake. This has been something that's been introduced fairly recently, though I think it was possible on the original maps, but it is a 2 large gold mine Ghost Lake. That means that both players get 2 large gold mines, and also we see that we're on the lower end of the medium gold. So this is, I can't do that math, 15,000 gold total on the map, which is not very much at all, which means that we get some hyper aggressive games being played on this, unless a player opts to spam out a trade route. So you can go for that, but it can be very, very tough. So, and that also means that if you go for that, generally speaking, you're going to lose your own large gold mines and your opponent's going to get an extra 6,000 gold or something like that. So we'll see how it's all going to go. So our Loki player here, he can go for multiple different things. He's got access to Heimdall, which is actually really, really strong against Ra. Doesn't get enough utilization, and the surprise factor of it definitely helps out a lot. If it's a high hunt map, you can definitely see yourself winning some games with Heimdall, with all that early pressure that you can put on. We are seeing Double going for his boar here. So that's one option. Forseti is obviously another option where you can go for that. Another option is attempting to keep up with the Ra player economically, which doesn't really work. But if you get a little bit of damage done, you can definitely find yourself getting to the late game and actually being okay. Because Loki's late game against Osiris, so Hell against Osiris, is actually a bit of a micro war in that if the Fire Giants can simply just trade 1 for 1 and you can fight enough against the Ra player, I think you generally will be able to be fine to make pushes and actually win late game utilizing Norse building spam and things like that. Obviously, the Ra player has got access to the rock, which is going to be a thing as well. We are seeing Dobber having to leave his boar on this location. Very, very upsetting to see that. He actually did know that these boar were in range, and he could have came to this early if he wanted to, but now we're going to be seeing that Dobber's tower is under attack, and that's going to allow Matrius to get himself that 10 favor, and we do indeed see Dobber deleting his sentry tower there as he's going to start eating his herdables, but no husbandry here. He does have one villager on wood with 33 wood in the bank. He is researching his husbandry and getting going here as the tar is just about to pop. A very, very late advance time here from Dobber, which I would say is a little bit like 2018 or 2019, like advancing this late in this matchup. I do think that generally speaking, advancing at like 4:15, like 4 minutes to 4:30. So either 4 minutes is 0 monuments, 4:15 is 1 monument, and 4:30 is 2 monument is more standard. But we'll see how it's all going to go. We are seeing the armory coming up here for Dobber. He's going for a fast heroic, it seems like, whereas Matrius is going to be retreating back and attempting to get a second town center, which I personally love this. Matrius has put the early pressure on to Dobber, and he's going to be forcing Dobber to stay one town center going to the second age, allowing Matrius to get a huge economic edge, which is going to be nullifying that economic advantage that Ra has, which means that we might actually be seeing some sort of a late game Loki Ra. We might be seeing this game go towards that direction if the Ra player can even survive this. So we'll see how this is going to go. Armory does just about finish up here as the Pharaoh turning over onto the town center. It's going to be a really, really fast heroic age here at about 7:30, it seems. He's got a lot of high food villages here, so just double tap the bell and they would be able to get up to the next age, and we will probably be seeing that as he's not building any more villages. There he goes, and he's going up through Hathor. So no surprises there. We are seeing the Golden Lions from Dobber that he has picked up that relic, searching around, getting himself some scouting information. He will actually see the settlement coming up here for Matrius. I wonder if he casts Shifting Sands on this. It wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest, but slowing the town center down. But we do see Matrius already kind of playing around this a little bit as he's left his Hersa over here, and there goes the Shifting Sands, bringing these Hersa into the main base, and Matrius just going to actually sack some of his Hersa here as he manages to get one out of there. And we see the other Hersa coming over here to finish off the Golden Lion and then get his town center up. Still very, very late, but it's going to be interesting to see how this goes because Dobber is going to be having all of the map pressure right now. These food villages over here, very, very difficult to keep them on this location with a rock. Now, the question really is, does Dobber know about it? And he does know about it. He's scouted it out with the lion, and I imagine that's immediately where he's going to send his Wadjet, his Patsukos, and everything else. We also see the villagers walking over onto this location here. The troll's already over here. But the Pharaoh is giving Matrius that information straight away as the troll getting it's quite a bit of damage onto the Migdol stronghold, but the Pharaoh comes over. We'll be able to finish off said troll very quickly, and the Migdol will go up as we see a market getting thrown up here for Dobber. He could be thinking about going one town center straight to the Mythic Age, maybe kind of like a semi-fast Mythic here, given that he has given that Osiris is so strong. But we are seeing the rock coming this way, which is incredibly spicy. I would not have expected Dobber to send the rock this way. I thought clearly this is the location. If you can drop on this, pick off a couple of villages, you win a lot of economic advantage for doing that. But he is going to be sneaking over this way, and he just flies right over those walls as if they weren't even built, and he's going to swing around into this location. Now, for you buddying Ra players out there who are like, oh, I can't raid my opponent, and the rock's so slow, I can't get in there. Build some damn units, leave your rock like here, and then you can just bring your cavalry here and then drop them over into this location, and then you're in his base. And then you're in his base. There's a big, big locust onto this, which is 2, 3, 4, 5 villages falling, 6 dwarves falling there. That is absolutely huge, and that levels the playing field in this game in terms of villages. Dobber has to be incredibly happy about that one there. Beautiful, beautiful locust from Dobber. We are seeing villagers now jumping over onto this gold mine. The watchtowers are up, and honestly, Matrius, you played this game quite a lot. I've seen you be better than this with the old Poseidon. Simply just get yourself another ox cart, split up those dwarves as soon as you see the Hathor, and you'll be fine, or even just leave them in your main base where the watchtower is. But now the Rock returning back onto this location, going to be picking off even more dwarves as the pressure onto this food location here is starting to mount. We see even more kills over here as Matrius somehow still in the villager lead, but he is going to slowly be falling behind here as Dobber is getting max value out of this Rock, out of this myth units. These free myth units here. Beautiful play from Dobber thus far. Huge advantage. And Matrius is going to have to figure out something to do now because Dobber is going to put all the pressure on. The question right now is, what can Dobber really do to put more pressure onto his opponent? I think, generally speaking here, the best answer for Dobber is just throw your farms down, rain, and then go to the Mythic Age, get your second town center, jump onto this hunt, and you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. We see another Hearser getting sniped over here as the Rock is just hanging out on this location. We even see some Golden Lions here to help out. Beautiful micro from Dobber, completely abusing Matrius' Loki in this game. As we even see some Cavalry swinging into this position here. And maybe Dobber can think about trying to sneak in here. There might be a location where this Rock can hover over here and be fine, but we see more units coming over for Matrius to hold on to this position. Gonna try and bash down this gate and get in, but there is not really many locations to attack here unless Dobber wants to run in to the tower, under the tower fire. Maybe a wall here might be a good idea, and that's kind of what Matrius is doing, getting the building wall up. As these units just hanging out. Could be an idea to just throw a tower down on this location as well. But right now we are seeing that town center coming up. I do think this is a big mistake from Dobber. I think this is a big mistake from Dobber because now he's leaving his gold mine open without access to the Son of Osiris, which is a huge counter to flaming weapons. And Dobber spending 400 gold on this meaning he's not going to be able to farm too well and get to the next age, which is going to be the problem. So we'll see if that's going to become a real problem or just a theoretical problem. Who knows? But Siege Works coming up now. You can still see a villager advantage for Matrius, even though Dobber has picked off so many villagers, and that is the huge advantage of actually getting 2 town centers. This is so technically Matrius is still in front on economy even after losing all of those villagers. So now it's villagers equal, but it is Norse economic bonus being bigger than the Egyptians. So we'll see if it's really going to matter or not. Obviously, Dobber further in front in technology, having spent less on economy than Matrius has to get to this point. We see Hall of Thanes coming through for Matrius finally now as well, as he's definitely going to need that if he wants to continue fighting. We even see the siege towers starting to come out now as another barracks on the front. Probably want to make some axemen just to deal with those Hearser. So we keep seeing more and more units getting sniped down as Matrius is trying to wait for his Hall of Thanes, retreating these units back. We see a stray Skraeling. Life flashes before his eyes, but he lives with 1 HP. Hobbling away. Feeling very sorry for himself. But there is actually an opening here now that the Chariot Archers has managed to shoot that wall down, and we see another gate getting taken down. There's the Cavalry going to be searching around to hit somewhere. We just see a whole bunch of dwarves back onto this location here as the Healing Spring does get thrown in onto that location. Matrius defending over here, but he is going to have to defend the siege towers coming in. There are a couple of villages here, so it's not going to be as easy as you think to take down this town center. Matrius is trying his darndest to get up to the heroic age here. 600 food, 300 gold in the bank. We see the siege tower getting pushed back there by a couple of villagers. Nice micro from Matrius, not losing that villager to the Chariot Archers. Dobber wants to send those siege towers back in. The town center getting a couple of free kills here. You can actually garrison those inside of the siege tower if you're worried. If you want to make these attacks happen with the siege towers, you can always just garrison your melee units on top of them. But we do see the villagers popping out. Dobber not paying attention, going to be losing these siege towers very, very quickly to the villagers, to the Hearser, to everything else. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, we do see an engagement from Matrius. Gets a nice Valkyrie spawn there as Dobber has to retreat away. He can't really fight this without axemen. These Hearser are actually incredibly strong. Axemen are a very, very big counter to them, though. And we're not really seeing too many of those getting built at this point. Though we do see a bunch of priests and the Pharaoh out on this front trying to make a push in here, but it's just not happening as Dobber retreats back and Matris seemingly managing to make this game a very equal game here. 58 villagers apiece here. 59 now for Dobber as Matrius, his full population, has got his farm started out. They are some beautiful farms, but just because they're beautiful doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. You can see that all these farms here are actually incredibly inefficient. But there's not much you can do about that with Norse unless you want to throw a ox cart over here. We are seeing the Ursa repairing this one back up as best as it can, but the Siege Tower is still pushing in, pushing out. It's not really time for Dobber to win this one. Dobber a little bit unsure about what his win condition is. He has thrown up possibly the most Matrius market I've ever seen. It's like there's literally nothing between this market and the corner, and he's like, yeah, nah, this is where we're putting it. That's fine. I don't care. It's going to be fine. Now we do see Dobber having to take his foot off the gas, and there's the Bragi coming through as Dobber is getting himself his town center. His third town center. He still hasn't cast Rain. He's probably saving Rain at this point to oh, that's unlucky. He probably is saving Rain at this point to block flaming weapons for a minute. And we'll see if that's what's going to happen with these villagers. They're so sneaky. Somehow Matrius' sixth sense, though, brings them back. So we do see the cavalry coming over here. Dobber realizing that if he can hold on to this entirety of this side, he just wins because this gold mine is going to expire really, really fast. One thing Matrius could try is like double market and get up like 20 ox caravans as fast as he possibly can. And then he won't have to fight for that, but he does have that flaming weapons, and there is the Rain to block the flaming weapons for 1 minute as Matrius wants to push forward. But Dobber, essentially, the Rain's going to go through, and he's not going to have Son of Osiris for the flaming weapons if Matrius goes for an attack straight away. So the dwarves are making their way back in. You see the watchtowers helping take down a couple of free units here. Nice play, but Matrius taking the initiative now, wants to push forward, but this is some actually really, really nice building placement. Sometimes we see people building these buildings like straight next to each other, but having a little gap in them is actually low-key genius, just because it like means the villagers want to pass through here, or the units want to pass through here rather than around. And it can be really hard for them to move in and out of that location. So we are seeing a Migdol stronghold coming up on this spot here. All the gold being spent and still no Mythic Age from Dobber. He's going to spam out these buildings on this location here and attempt to hold a flaming weapons push on these gold mines, it seems like. And he's got this gold mine just about expired. He does have both of these gold mines at the top spot here, but this is going to be everything in this matchup. Though Dobber will be able to get himself out the camel caravans as well. And I imagine that he's going to be fine to get out 20 camel caravans. So even if Matrius wins this fight, it's not game over here. And it is looking like the Migdol stronghold is going to be the first port of call here. As we see Hell coming through, Thurazaz Rune coming through, which is the myth unit speed upgrade, as well as the heavy raiders coming in on that. While this engagement is coming on, we see the Pharaoh attempting to retreat away. It can be really, really hard to get that Pharaoh into the Migdol stronghold. Whenever he's being attacked, for some reason, his command to garrison gets screwed with. So you have to kind of spam garrison on the Migdol stronghold if you want him to get in there. Flaming weapons does come down now for Matrius as he's putting this pressure on. Hell just about to pop 74%, though it's looking like Matrius's army here getting a little bit low. The Herso needs to get a couple more myth unit spawns in here if he wants to take this fight and take this win here. He's sending more units over here. We see the dwarves making their way up as Matrius only got 487 gold left in the bank, and Matrius does actually have to retreat back. Is this play from Dobber going to be enough or not is the question. The dwarves might move back over onto the Snowy Pine. We do already have a market here. Matrius can sell wood for just a little bit. We see the Nidhogg getting thrown down onto this location. The priest immediately targeting him down. He's only got 64% pierce armor, but the Nidhogg does so much damage to the army. We see Iron Yar spawn coming in for Matrius as he's able to start really pushing in onto this location. And now Dobber going to be making a bit of a retreat here, still not making his way to the Mythic Age. He's got himself the Hands of the Pharaoh coming in, Fortified Town Centers coming in, the Mythic Age Hearser coming in with 182 HP and 12 hack damage, as well as those, well, they actually have 8 hack damage. Plus maybe like 10 hack damage, I guess, without those armory upgrades. But with those armor upgrades, up to 12 hack damage. And we do see that Matrius now onto this gold mine, kind of committing to taking this this location down. He's even got the Fire Giants out over here. These Chariot Archers are not long for this world against those Fire Giants. And the Fire Giants can very easily help take down the Migdol Stronghold, as Matrius is going to be able to secure that one for himself. The Camel Caravan numbers not as high as Dobber might want, because now he's just about to run out of this gold mine. He's not going to have this gold mine, and Matrius has managed to take control of this map incredibly well with his hell timing, with those Fire Giants, and the fact that there's no granite blood coming in as well. These Fire Giants are going to go up to 800 HP, as well as the Frost Giants up to 800 HP, and those Mountain Giants go up to something crazy like 1500, 1400 HP. It's so much. And he even has a Frost Giant here as well. So that Granite Blood is such a big pickup, but it's so expensive. Where's the Temple? Temple, let me just check that one out. It's 600 wood, 30 favor. It's one of the most expensive upgrades in the game, but it is so worth it for these Fire Giants. It basically means that the only way to kill the Fire Giants is going to be mummies here. And now Matrius retreats back, and Dobber is without a gold mine. And now we also see Matrius spotting the trade route of Dobber. Dobber's only real recourse now is to throw a market in this corner and chemo market it into his hometown center. And he can definitely continue to fight this game. Just because you see that score difference of 1,000 here for Matrius, it doesn't mean a whole lot. That score difference is all in myth units right now for Matrius. So if Dobber can stay alive here, deal with everything, get the trade route sorted, he is going to be able to continue in this game. We see Champion Cavalry coming through for Matrius, Fortified Towns and his Flood Control, Bronze Shields. He's getting everything he needs to get to make himself very, very solidified in this game. The Dwarves are very open here, so one way that Dobber could approach this situation is just continue to raid this, and then that would allow him the time to set up everything that he needs. But this Nidhogg is still very much alive here, 900 HP, though he is falling very fast against that Pharaoh, who does max DPS against that Nidhogg as he's retreating away from that location, giving Dobber just a little bit of breathing room. Matrius 132 of 140 population. He's getting up his third town center finally with his Ulfsark. Just one infantry unit to get that up. It's going to take a very, very long time, but he will get up nonetheless. And I guess it doesn't matter so much that he doesn't have it, because he's still got armory upgrades. He could be spying. It doesn't really matter all too much. We are seeing the trade route of Dobber getting taken out here. If we check out how much the wood is selling for, it is indeed at 18. So he's got 2,800, nearly 3k wood. It's not worth very much at all in terms of gold, as we see the markets having to get deleted. The Nidhogg does end up falling there. Nice play from Dobber to keep himself in this game, dealing with that unit there. Dobber's 143, 160 population. Just make the market in the corner here. Hate to see it. And now the this 800 HP. 800. You just love to see 800 HP Giants. Do you not? Do you not? Hillfort coming up right now as Matrius' town center is finally finished. He's also getting himself Call of Valhalla, making sure that he's going to be able to move into those Ulfsark to deal with cavalry if he needs to, or even elephants if they, for some reason, do manage to come in. Call of Valhalla, giving those Ulfsark extra HP, I believe. Heavy infantry as well coming in, and Matrius takes his foot off the gas just a little bit. I don't really think he's got the time to do that. And these priests in the heroic age with no armory upgrades, I don't think you should be scared of those. I don't think they do much damage at all. In fact, 80% pierce armor, these priests are probably doing like 2 to 3 damage per second against the Fire Giant, which is not much at all. It's pretty much the same as a Chariot Archer, and you would stay there for that anyways. The coinage now coming through for Matrius as well, as he is starting his trade route. He does have the classic Matrius market over here, but he's Norse, and I can understand Norse players being a little bit more careless than Poseidon because you have to commit a whole 2 population to get your market up in the corner of the map. But we are seeing a side build now coming in for Matrius. Going in with the Ballista. Are we going to see Fire Giant Ballista? Poggers! Fire Giant Ballista! Can you believe it? In the year 2022. Living the dream. You see the dwarves making their way over onto this location as the chariot archers trying to shut this down. There's 3 ox cards here, so you can snipe those down if you want, but there's still 2 remaining. What are you going to do? You do have to throw down some walls and some towers as well, and that makes it impossible for the Egyptian player to actually penetrate. If you get towers, walls, fire giant, ballista, there is actually nothing the Ra player can do to attack that location, but it does take a hot minute to set up. And we do. Look at how little damage they do. Look, it's next to nothing. It's little tickles. Little tickles. Okay, it's probably more like 5 damage a shot, not 3 damage a shot. Sorry, but it's still little tickles. And if you want to save the fire giant, you can just bring it back to your old what's it called? Healing spring, if you want to. Pretty good. We've got Wadgets. Wadgets counter fire giants. Did you guys know that? Wadgets are actually not a terrible idea here. They're actually not a terrible idea. You might think that Thom is memeing, but he's got no gold in the bank. But they deal with the fire giants. This guy's a genius. This guy's a genius. He manages to take down the Wadgets though with Hursa, and it's all over. And there's the watchtowers starting for Matrius. He doesn't have Heimdall, so they're not the strongest in the world. We do see the fire giants able to just keep pushing through this location here as the gold mine is no longer getting gathered from. We do have 24 camel caravans for Dobber. 7,000 wood in the bank though. Maybe just eat your berries and your boards here, and maybe even just send them forward to go for an all-in somewhere. But that's it. That's the game. Dobber decides that he's too far behind and not going to be able to get back in. Basically, he just can't get to the Mythic Age. If Dobber could get to the Mythic Age, he gets the Son of Osiris. These fire giants become a lot less scary. But honestly, market here and then Turtle on this town center, probably okay here. You probably can get to the next stage, but because he didn't make that adjustment fast enough, he lost so many camel caravans over on this location, and that was the game. So really, really well played from Matrius. An incredible comeback, to be honest, as that Locust, that early pressure completely leveled Matrius' advantage. And I think Dobber just made a big mistake not going Osiris here straight away off of one town center. He had the farms, he had the rain, he had the gold mine. There was no real reason to go for 2 town centers. He did have this location on lock for a little bit, but as soon as Matrius hits that Mythic Age, it's like, well, I don't have an answer for the Nidhogg, the Fire Giant. Those Hursa even become a little bit scary. And Matrius makes the Loki work here in this impossible matchup. Yes. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, Tim Boss. Enjoy that one. Niralgert. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.